Idaho for is doing something strange. Almost after a year, almost a year after the murders, they are measuring the house with lasers. Lasers that are meant to measure the distance. And they're trying to recreate the scene of the crime just as the perpetrator saw it that night. Now tell me, what's the sense of it? Why are they doing it? Well, I thought that the best way of preserving the crime of scene, sorry, too late, the scene of the crime is to take the best photos you can in order to capture the moment and not recreating it after a year. What's the point in that? Their simple answer is that they want to show it to the jury. Why wouldn't they show the pictures from the real, authentic crime scene? Why do they have to recreate it? Maybe because they want to tamper with that, with the evidence, with what it looked like that night. I can't see any other solution other than they're up to some mischief. Because it's not common, and I would say it's highly unlikely for the FBI to come after a year and measuring the house, making it look like it was before the year's time, like making a dollhouse. Excuse me for this comparison, but it looks like they're desperate because they don't have enough evidence. So they are looking for the evidence in the most desperate way. And I also was struggling with the thought because I got a comment from somebody. I don't know, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, when he said that Ethan Brian Kohlberger was absolutely not involved in this situation whatsoever. Brian Kohlberger was involved in a fight with the brats, and it was a very aggressive struggle, which he allegedly did not survive. So they had to transport his body to the house and lay him on there. I think, well, between the bed and the door. Why didn't the girls want to speak? Because they were threatened that if they speak, the same will happen to them. I mean, it must have been during the first stage of the crime, the beginning of transporting the body and whatsoever. But later, the aggression took place of the common sense, and maybe one of the girls went panic, and the murders began. So I can't imagine that such a strong person whom Zanna's boyfriend was, would not protect her and get killed just like that, without any fights, without any screams, nothing whatsoever. He may have been brought into the house after the fight and just left there, and because the girls were so scared, some of them may have made lots of noise. They killed them to get rid of the witnesses. Why did they spare the two other roommates? Because they were closed in the other rooms, and perhaps they did not attend, they didn't see the fight. That's the comment I received, and it sheds a completely different light on this case. Because even Zena's mom suggested that something happened during the fight, and it was all because that was some kind of aggression between the frats. And if the frats boys were high on steroids and whatnot, they couldn't have thought logically. They did something automatically, killed him, and the only way to cover up for that was to bring him home and kill the other people to make it look like somebody broke into the house, killed all of them, because he was infatuated in one of them, and it was a crime of passion, which wasn't. We know it wasn't. It was a revenge or covering up for something wrong that had been done a few or an hour before. So now we know why these people were so familiar with the house. Maybe they even knew the access code to Zanna's room. Maybe they even had been to this room before. And then they escaped, and we can see silhouettes in the dark escaping from 1122 King Road. Why weren't they investigated? And if they were, why were they cleaned at the very beginning? It doesn't make any sense to me. And a single fingerprint on a single item, that's not a problem to manipulate with it and plant it. Allegedly, one of the boys' father belongs to the law enforcement. So I think it shouldn't have raised many questions. It should give you some answers to that. Okay, this is what I wanted to share with you today. Take care of yourselves. Today is midnight, not midnight, but night. I'm just turning in. I don't feel very well today, but I thought I really want to share it with you to be, because I'm interested in your comments. This is something new to me. I have no idea what to think about that, but I thought I'd like to share it with you. So thanks a lot for listening to me, and I am waiting for your comments, please. Thank you and good night. Hello, goodbye. Good morning, wherever you are. Thank you and see you next time. Magda shares.